warm-up timer is done. Girls are receiving their last-minute pep talk from the coaches. And puck collection has begun. We have, I see one, nope, there they are. Both refs are on the ice. So this is Minnesota Steel 8U girls' first game of the weekend in this Westwood Classic. We are playing the Ice Cougars, a program out of, I believe, Roseville, at least according to their website. An all-girls program. So they have teams from 8U all the way up to 19, 20, lots of teams. One team at this 8U level, assuming their website is current. So that's what we know. Not much. First game of the tournament, so we don't have any comparison to records. 4 teams playing in our division this weekend. Steel, Ice Cougars, Tommy Chicago, and I don't know. The other one's escaping me right now. So the Eskimos. So girls are taking ice. This first game, you'll have to excuse me with the numbers and calling of names. Some of the girls have their jerseys tucked, so it's kind of hard to see numbers, and I don't know everybody just yet. Looks like we have Spandy and Gorans out at center. We have 64 on the ice, which we don't have a 64 on the roster, so who knows? At any rate, Steel wins the draw, tries to push up. Cougars push right back. Steel takes it. Nope, that doesn't work if the camera spins. There's a puck battle, camera malfunction there, kind of spun on its axis. So Steel pushing into the zone for the first time. Offensive down far corner. Boy, a very delayed offsides, if that was the call. It is, so that's going to come back outside of the blue line. Goes to Steel. Steel looks, pushes back. They're trying to enter the zone. A little spin and a pass to the back. Spandy pushes into the zone. She's going to drop it down in the corner, so Steel opts to dump and chase. That's Kirkland. Kirkland races, chases. Cougars. Little back check, but they get it. Steel manages to hold at the point, drop down. It's sitting there right behind the goalie. Goalie covers, so we're going to get a draw. That's going to be near side, offensive zone. Spandy's going to stay. Kirkland's going to stay. 64, the unnamed 64. We don't know who that is yet. And looks like you have Van Allsburg and Moldner coming out on defense. So Spandy, Kirkland, 64, Moldner, and Van Allsburg. Draw goes to Steel. Becca has it at the point. She's looking. Little drop pass down to Kirkland. Kirkland loses it off her tape. That allows the Cougars to pick it up. They're going to skate out of the zone. They're racing. Ooh, they've got speed, so they're going to get a shot here. Quick shot. That's going to be a goal. So Cougars picking it up and just racing across the blue line. Steel not getting back. Just getting caught a little flat-footed on the blue line. That gives the Ice Cougars a breakaway shot, and they don't miss. Goalie read it. They just give credit where it's due. Good shot. Caught her kind of opposite corner, low side. So 1-0. Here in this first period. Draw goes to Steel. So there we go, early in the season, first game, 3 for 3 on draws. Little pass back, dump and chase. Steel has it, looking. Cougars try to wrap around the far corner. Steel tries to intercept. Cougars try to throw it up to the blue line. It goes middle, and so now they're going to, strong back check by Steel though, they're going to catch. And we're going to get an offsides call. So Steel able to back check, poke it over the line. Cougars didn't realize it, pushed in anyway, so we're going to get an icing call. Or excuse me, offsides. So to the Cougars. They're going to dump and chase. So they drop it into the offensive zone. Kind of a little battle back and forth, just playing some catch. Steele trying to get it out of the zone. Here on the near wall. Steele looking. Still kind of a cluster here. That ends up popping out. So Cougars have to retreat and chase. No icing call. They're going to say tip. Didn't make it anyway. Steele chases. Now we're contesting on the boards. Pops up to the point. Steele not able to hold. They do hold at the point. Nice job, ladies. Comes out on the second attempt, though. We're going to get an offsides call. Came out and just tried to tap at it from inside the zone. Just needed to take one more stride and get over that line. Spandy's going to take the draw. She's flanked by Kirkland and that's M. Johnson. Johnson and Kirkland out there. Draw goes to Cougars. They try to get it through. Spandy contests heavily, and she's going to end up taking it and pushing it in the offensive zone. Held. Spandy. Nice job. She dumps it down to the corner. Cougars take possession, though. They skate around their goaltender up to the far side. This girl's got some speed. Back check needs to turn and skate. She's got an angle. And she goes 5-hole. So Ice Cougars, 2 strong shots. They're 2 for 2. And that's going to come back. Spandy on the draw again. Cougars try to, they get Steele to exit the zone. Steele has to retreat. They're going to try to clear. Ends up trickling back into the defensive zone, but it gets pushed out. Now we're going to get an offsides call. So that's going to come right down here in front of us. Spandy on the draw. Draw goes to the Cougars. Cougars cycle to the far side. Contested. Bodies on the ice. I'm going to get a hand up here real quick. And they're going to call icing. That was close. I thought they were like right on the red line. Maybe just on the wrong side. So that's going to come all the way back. .8:18 left in this first period. Spandy on the draw. Kind of a pile. The draw initially went to Cougars. They tried to push to the middle, and it gets contested. So now we're going to get nice. Held it in the zone. Spandy's there. She gets kind of upended. Her shot hit the skates of a defender, and they kind of both fell. So we got a scrum, far boards. Cougars pushed out of the zone. Contested on the blue line. Steele looking. 64 pushes up. That finds Spandy right on the blue line. Now they're inside if they can hold. Nope. Cougars push out. Johnson has it, far side. They'll opt to dump and chase. That gets behind the defenders, so that's going to buy some time. We get a partial line change. Spandy's going to push in. Kirkland is there. Center ice if she gets a quick shot. She does. Blocked by the goalie. Kind of kicked out to center. And now the Cougars have it. Back check. Knocks it. Forces the Cougars to just dump and chase. Cougars cycling behind our goaltender. Cougars centering pass. They're looking. There we go. Contested. Little shoulder by Steele sends an Ice Cougar to the ice. And Steele able to kick out of the zone. Izzy's got it on her tape. It's Kirkland. She gets surrounded and loses it, so that pushes it up. Cougars take it. They're going to push in the zone. Contested at the blue line by Johnson. Johnson finds Kirkland. Kirkland loses it. Gets pushed up. Oh, Nice. Jump the route. Now we got something developing. Centering pass. Nobody there though. So we're battling for it. Far wall. Near wall rather. Contested. Trying to hold. Moldner looking. Trying to hold at the point. Nice. Greta kicks it back down. Cougars get it on their tape. They're just trying to get it out of the zone. Cougars looking. Moldner not able to hold that time. Cougars get a break. They've got some speed. And they score again. So 3 quick ones in this first. 5:52 left in the first. Cougars taking a quick lead, 3-0. Steele wins the draw. They're going to push down. That was Evelyn. Hanoran. So push down, far wall. Cougars come up with it though, and they just kind of blow everybody's doors off. Save. Rosine kicks it to the far wall. Steele plays it, tries to push out of the zone. It's out. Cougars do a good job. They hold this time. They re-enter the zone clean. They've got it on their tape. Back check. Steele slows down the play. Now we've got a battle for it. That's Moldner. She's contesting in the corner. Swings around. And Steele tries to kick it out again. Takes a weird carom. Cougars still able to hold though. They try a centering pass. Doesn't get by Hines. That's McKenzie. She pushes up. Nice stretch pass, just a little bit ahead of Bryn, so that ended up being an icing call. But a good idea. This is the first game the girls have played together. We have girls from multiple cities, and so you can tell there's just not a lot of chemistry here yet. But I like what I'm seeing. Mackenzie Hines getting that nice outlet pass, trying to find a streaking Bryn. So it'll come with time as they gel and learn to play together. That'll start to happen. Draw goes to the Cougars. They're going to push down. Quickly contested though by Steele. Steele looking. Ends up back with the Cougars. They're skating across the middle. They're going to take a shot. Hits off the defender though. So that's Van Allsburg just getting a body in the way. Shot does not get through to goal. Back around, wraparound attempt by the Cougars. Sails right in front of the net, straight across. Not enough wrap on that wraparound. Ends up with Spandy. Spandy pushing up the wall. A little backhand pass. Gets it out of the zone. Trying to find Kirkland. Kirkland looking, skating, pursuing. Cougars are there though first, so they're going to take possession. They're going to cycle across. Oh, nice job, Spandy. Spandy jumped the route. She gets it down towards net. Defender picks it up though, so it doesn't quite make it to the goalie. They try to get out of the zone. They can't. That's, let's see, 12. That's Johnson. I'll get these numbers yet. Johnson held the initial time, but now she's floating back. That's going to let the Cougars come on out. So they've got it out of the zone. Back check is there. Johnson looking, getting in the way. Goes right through her skates though. Another Steele player manages to kick it out. Point holds. Their point collapses down. Wraparound attempt coming. Ends up in front again. There we go. Deflected. Nice job, Rosine. Rosine kicks it out, and then it gets swatted back to the far board. Steele kicks it up to the blue line. Initial hold. But they get it out. Now that's Becca. She's right inside the zone. She kicks it out again. Kirkland has it on her tape. She's trying to find an outside edge. Gets by one, can't get by two. Opts to just dump it in the zone. Cougars are there though, so they kick it out. Playing right inside the blue line. Cougars chip off the half boards. They're out of the zone. Steele dumps it right back in. Cougars have to cycle across now. Puck floating deep. Steele has it. See if we can't get a nice centering pass attempt, just a little bit wide. Can't get it on the tape, but again, we're starting to see things. Starting to see that chemistry start to gel, start to build. You're seeing some passes. Girls being in the right position. Shot attempt goes wide right. Back wall, Spandy pursues, collapses. 64, quick shot. Off, nice kick saved by the goalie, so it deflects to the back wall. That's Johnson. Johnson opts to turn and skate. And the speed we've seen, I'm going to say that's the right decision. We got another one. She gets around both defenders, outside edge, but it's a backhand, not a strong shot. Rosine able to deflect that one away easily. Steele has it in the corner. Off the half wall, nice pass. Cougars right back down though, clear offsides. Steele picks it up though, they're going to run with it. Spandy has it. Spandy pushes into the zone. Becca's got it now on her tape. Gets by one. She's going to take a quick shot. That's going to go in, Van Allsburg. Nice job. So Steele managing to find the back of the net. They're on the board for their first score of the tournament. First score as a team. Spandy pushing into the zone, able to get by one, gets knocked off her tape right though to a chasing Van Allsburg. So again, girls just being in the right spot, right time. Van Allsburg, good shot. Steele on the board. Draw goes to Cougars. They're going to have to retreat though to pick this one up. Battle for it in the corner. Cougars going to come up with it. I'm just going to skate. This Cougar team just relies on speed. You don't see a lot of stick handling. They just have fast skaters. So our D just learning to turn and skate and not try to backpedal. Shot from way up above the blue line ends to find its way all the way down to the goalie. Goalie covers, so we'll get a draw. That's going to go near side, offensive zone. On the draw, goes to the Cougars. Cougars take it, looking to skate out of the zone. Knocked off their tape momentarily, but they pick it right back up. We've seen this girl skate. We know she can fly. She's doing it again. Just nothing fancy, just pure speed. She gets pushed enough to the outside. No goal. We're going to say cover. That was close. Cougars would like to have that one back. Puck just sitting underneath Cece, but just right on the doorstep. If Cougars had sneezed, they probably would have pushed that one in. But sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So again, draw. That's hand or hand. Draw goes to Steele. Steele has in the corner. Oh, they lose an edge, so they're down in the pile. Ends up on Steele tape though, so we'll take it. This is Noldner. Noldner has it. She's in the offensive zone trying to find an outside edge. Gets knocked off her tape down behind the goal. Steele is there. They lose it. Oh, here we're going to hold just inside. Center and blue line. Knocked down. No Steele players there to pick that up though, so the Cougars are going to pick that one up. 37 seconds left in the first. 3-1. Cougars end up picking this one. They're going to skate out of the zone. They're over the blue line. Now we get back check catches, and Steele pushes right back in. We're going to take another quick shot, deflected to the right corner. Crosby is there. Crosby contesting. We hold. Nice job. That's Stambaugh. She's there. She held the first time. Can't hold the second, so the puck's out. Steele's out of the zone though, so they're able to get back in if they can take possession. 4 seconds left though, so this is gonna do it for the first. A little dump and chase brings us to first, so we're gonna mute. We'll take a little 1-minute intermission here, and we'll be back for the second. we're back. Starting this second period. There we go. Now we're really back. Quick shot by the Cougars. Ooh, Cece had that one on her stick. Just the angle of her stick. She had it backed towards her and just ramped the puck right in the net. She was in the right spot, had the right idea, just misplayed that one. So that puts the Cougars back up by 3. 4-1 Cougars. Seen Cece play a lot of games in net. That's a shot she saves 99 times out of 100. Just maybe some first game jitters this season. We're getting an offsides call. It's going to bring this one out. Interesting that I'm noticing the goalies did not switch nets. We're still skating left to right on your screens. This tournament must not have them do that. Better for line changes, I guess. Cougars take the draw. They try to push down, but it ends up right with Steele. Steele tries to kick out, can't quite get it, so Cougars hold. They're inside the zone. That's going to be Gorans. Takes it. She's got it. Has someone on her, so she tries to cycle away. Ends up in the far corner. Cougars just being the more aggressive team right now. They're smaller, they're faster, and much more aggressive. Kirkland takes it off the tape. She's just going to choose to skate this one now. Izzy's got it. Again, Cougars just being aggressive, knocking it off her tape to the far corner. Now we're in the corner. 64 loses an edge. So I've got a pile. Johnson is there, and let's see, who's coming up with this one here? Izzy's on it. We're out of the zone. Cougars have to exit the zone. Izzy's saying, nope, I'm just going to keep going. Oh, offsides by about a blade. Boy, I don't know if I like that call. But so it goes. That one's going to come back, so we'll have a face-off. Far side, just outside the offensive zone. Savannah, thank you for the fans contributing. Cougars, again, just speed, pushing in. They take an outside edge. They don't get a shot off, though. They get pushed a little too far out. Now they've got a scrum here for it, and we're out of the zone. Here we go. Into the offensive zone. Cougars end up with it on their tape, though. Cougars out of the zone. Little stretch pass to nobody, so they'll dump and chase. Would have been icing. Rosine chooses to interact with it, so now we're going to get a pile at the back of the net. Cougars have it on their tape. They're looking, cycling, centering pass by the Cougars. D at center chooses just to dump it down. Cougars have it again. They're in the far corner, cycling. Steele needs to contest. Stambaugh fires it around the corner. Not enough juice though to get out of the zone, so Cougars pick it up. They're at the point. They're going to dump back down. Ends up on the tape of Steele. Steele pushes out. That's Crosby. Contested at the blue line. Gets through anyway. Here she goes. Hanneran waiting at the blue line. Nice job. Crosby's in clean. She's going to take a quick shot. That's going to get held and saved by the goalie. So Steele showing growth, showing some learning. Nice job. Some forwards waiting at the blue line as Crosby pushed in. So well done, ladies. On the draw, goes to the Cougars, but they try to get out. Steele picks up right back though, so we still have it. Ooh, little miscommunication, almost lost it at the blue line, and now we do. Cougars get it out of the zone. Steele quickly pushes right back in. Fighting for it right on the blue line, that's Hanneran. Gets by a couple, and it forces to get shot across the cycle to the far side. Hanrahan there. Tries to do a quick turn and shoot. Gets deflected. It's in the back wall. Tries to center. Hanrahan again. Backhand shot. Oh, if somebody had been on the back door, it was wide open. We're getting some better shot attempts, being a little bit more aggressive. I like that. Crosby tries to hold. Hanrahan is there as well. Gets dumped back down in. Forwards pushing in. Our D is going to try to quick get off in a line change. Noldner gets on in time to hold. Doesn't get gets kicked out though, so the Cougars are looking to get out. Van Allsburg cycles off. Goran cycles on. So we get some fresh legs. We're going to push in. We're in the offensive zone. Far corner. Now we're going to get the forward change. Unfortunate timing right as the Cougars look to bring it up the half wall. We had a full forward line change. Noldner is back on the back check. Spandy's there as well. Quick shot. Rosine kicks that easily off to the right. Gets deflected around. Spandy's got it on her tape. She's going to try to fire it up. Very nice. She finds 64. Right there, pushing. Ref gets in the way a little bit. She manages to maintain possession. Gets around two. Odd angle. Shot. It's right there. It's right in the middle. Oh my goodness. Just... There it is. Girls just not giving up. Nice job. Pile of bodies right there. So I'm not sure who's going to get credited with that one. We'll see. We'll see at the end of the game what shows up on the official records. Draw goes to Cougars. Cougars dump in. Steele picks it up though. They try to fire out. They can't. Cougars hold at the blue line and they opt to dump and chase. So now it's in the far corner. Hines kicks it, wraps it around. Kirkland picks it up. Kirkland over the blue line. Gets contested though. Two Cougars pick her up quick. Pull that off her tape. They're waiting. They're offsides. They need to get out. Spandy says, thank you. I'll just take it and go. She's going to dump into the offensive zone. Spandy pushing down. Kirkland in front of the net. Gorans is there as well. Noldner and Hines on D. And they're just playing catch back and forth behind the goalkeeper. Cougars end up with it, so they're looking to skate out. They're right on the wall. Oh, nice. They decided a lot of steal on the far wall, so they go center. Finds one of their own players kind of unintentionally. They're going to take a quick backhand shot, deflected to the right by Rosine. Now we've got a scrum in the back, one Cougar, three Steele players. So that comes out with Steele. They kick it up the wall, 6 minutes left in the second. We have it right here on the half wall in front of us. Centering attempt by the Cougars, doesn't get through. Contested, that's Kirkland. Greta's there as well. They kick it out of the zone. That's going to be offsides. But Steele get to it first. Spandy just says, get out of here. She puts it all the way into the offensive zone. Cougars retreat. Pick it up. Spandy and Noldner force them to do some movement. They're going to come around. This is what we've seen from them. Just speed. Nothing fancy. Just getting by people. Back check by the Steele Strong. Let's go, Rand. She kicks it all the way down. We're going to get some. Line changes here. We're a little light. Hines is out. We don't have much. There we go. Forwards are coming off the bench though, so we should have back check here. Cougars, they get around. Gets knocked off the tape by Johnson though. Nice job. Trying to get it out. Oh, just a collision right there. Hanrahan is up though. She's tough. Cougars end up with it. They're trying to find an edge on the right. They can't. No shot. Centering pass attempt just kind of goes up, not in. They still manage to maintain possession though. Tries to fire up to the point. Point is deep, so Cougars need to clear the zone. They're still not out of the zone. Now they are. Kind of right here in front of us. Stands are kind of steep, so we don't have much of an angle when the puck's right here on the wall in front of us. Steele battling, kick it out of the zone again. Crosby chasing, pursuing. We're in the offensive zone. Gets knocked down. Can we hold? Cougars pick it up. That's Crosby just not taking no for an answer. Still in the zone. Nice. Nice work, ladies. So that's Crosby and Hanrahan are out. We're fighting for it. We're going to take a... Oh, I thought we were going to get a shot off there. Van Allsburg up at the point. Nope, can't hold on that one. That gets kicked out all the way. Johnson needs to put on the burners. She does, so she's going to get there first. She felt that big number 12, kind of breathing, number 11 rather, breathing down her neck. She turned on the boosters. Nice job, Em. Still battling for it there in the corner. Puck kind of gets kicked out to center. Slight, strong shot. I would have liked to have seen Van Allsburg come out and contest that shot. Ends up taking a strong shot. I think it might have taken a little deflection. Looked like a strong shot and then had a little bit of a warble to it. It might have caused Rosine to lose sight of that one momentarily. So at any rate, they score. 5-2, 3:46 left in the second. Draw goes to the Cougars. Cougars cycle between each other. Steal, intercept. Now they're going to push into the zone, or attempt to. Hannaran is there. She ends up picking it up. She's in, clean. Kind of gets by one, can't get by two. Cougars push it to the far boards. Hannaran won't take no for an answer. She's still battling for it. Puck ends up right in front of the goalie. You can get a stick on it. Battled. Goalie kicks it to her right. Got it again. We're still back down there. Crosby has it now. Crosby's down there. Crosby finds Hannaran. Nope. Gets just through. Hannaran skates. Cougars pick it up. They're up the half wall, so they're through. They're over center ice. Stambaugh tries to slow them down. Does a little bit. Hines is there. Contested. Battling. Behind the net. Pushing over. We're here in the near wall. Centering pass by the Cougars. Deflected. Here we go. We're out of the zone. That's Hannaran. Pushing through. She's still got it on her tape. Defender just turned. Still, stay with your shot, stay with your shot. Fire. Greta looking. Tries to cycle down. Nobody there though. Strong shot by Hannaran. Nice job. Nice juicy rebound came out. We just didn't have anyone there to do anything about it. So Cougars end up getting some tape on it. They're going to kick it all the way down. Noldner is there. She fires all the way back, so we're just playing some long catch. Hard to have the camera keep up when you just go back and forth. Here we go. Steal, dump and chase. No hand up. That's not icing. Spandy there contesting. Kirkland there as well. Out to the corner. Kirkland pushes, contests, forces Cougars to cycle far side. Spandy there pursuing, trying to block Cougars from firing up the half board. They do. Cougars fire a pass right in front of their own net. Dangerous by the Cougars. Pays off for them though. Here we go. Van Allsburg just got spun. She could not do anything with that one. Got caught flat-footed. So Cougars take it around. Greta picks it up. She'll cycle around behind netminder Rosine. Comes up here in the half-board. Up to the point. Cougars point can't hold. That's Spandy again. Ooh, nice little chip to herself. So she's going to get it all the way down. She's looking. She's down there. Kirkland's there in front. All the Cougars are right there, though, so that's not going to get through. Cougars doing a good job of just getting a lot of bodies in front of that goal. Not really letting the Steel get much from a way of centering passes or shots through. We still have it, though. Trying to get it through. Shot, wide left. Hits the back wall, into the corner. Cougars try to cycle up. 1 minute left in the second. Comes up the half wall. Steel point, caught it at a lot of position. We didn't have anyone on the blue line. Here we go, Cougars. Nice little job of holding at the blue line. They're through. Not going to get a shot on Rosine, though. It's to the back wall. Van Allsburg is there. We got three. Kirkland trying to just take it and skate out. 40 seconds left. Just locked up in the wall of bodies there. Puck squirts out. Van Allsburg contests in the corner. She's going to dump it down back behind Rosine. Now we're going to get a wraparound attempt. Help your goalie, girls. There you go. Yeah, unfortunately. Another one there. Rosine had the seal, made the initial save. A cover would have been great, but the Cougar attacker able to just hammer away. D could have helped swipe that one out of there, but girls still learning their positions and learning what their roles are when they're in those positions, so that's okay. Draw goes to Cougars. They're just going to center, jump the route. She's just going to push down, try to get a quick shot off. She does, deflected to the right. 14 seconds left. It's in the corner. Cougars end up with it. Centering pass from the half wall, gets all the way through. Van Allsburg contests there. Cougars center again. Now we just got a pile here, and that's going to do it. All right, we'll take another 1 minute intermission and we'll be back. We're back to start the third 12-minute periods in this tournament. Another plus to this first game for these 8U Steel girls. No penalties. We played a very clean game. So Cougars take the draw. They push down again. Steel skating left to right. No changes. Steel kick it up. Cougars retreat. Scorin's trying to get a handle on it right down here in front of us. Steel has it, looking. Oh, just can't quite hang on to it. So Cougars managed to push out of the zone. Now they're going to get a quick little breakaway. Caught us flat-footed. Let's see what happens here. So again, Cougars doing what they do, just relying on speed, just kind of blowing right through the pile. Nothing fancy, and they go 5-hole. A little confusion from the Ice Cougars. Some substitutions. Here we go, Spandy on the draw. Draw goes to the Cougars. Kirkland races in, Spandy races in, contests enough to slow him down. Kirkland has it on her tape, ends up in the far corner. She's contested though, 2 Cougars right there. They're going to pull it off her tape and skate. Our defense gets caught and they do hold. There we go, Cougars have it on their tape. They're going to push in the offensive zone. They enter clean. Kirkland back check, slows him down. Off the skates of Kirkland and ends up back on Cougar tape. Rifled around, can't hold the Cougars. They're going to fire back in, clear offside, so that's coming out. Miscommunication from the Cougars. Coach is yelling. Girls not sure where they're supposed to go. Draw went to the Cougars. Cougars take possession. They're going to skate in. This is number 41. She's done some damage today. We got to watch her. She's going to get a shot off, but it's wide left. No damage done there. Steele picks it up, tries a little backhand pass, doesn't get through. Cougars intercept, centering pass, nobody home though for the Cougars though. So Stanbaugh's going to pick it up. She's looking to skate out of the zone, gets contested right at the blue line, and the Cougars hold. Now we're just battling, trying to get out of the zone. Just a pile. Stanbaugh down. Still battling right on the blue line. Now it's out. So Cougars retreat. They'll look to collect. Ooh, misplay by the Cougars allows Spandy to skate in, take it. Now we'll be able to dump and chase. Steal into the offensive zone. Noldner has it, centering pass, doesn't make it through. She had Spandy though, so good look. Intercepted, Noldner again. Noldner knocks it off the tape. Deflected to Kirkland. Kirkland kind of caught spinning there, so she can't do anything with it. Held at the point by Steele. Kirkland has it. Contested though, she needs to find somebody. Just dancing on that blue line, manages a backhand pass down to Spandy. Spandy's got it. Spandy looking, quick shot, deflected off a defender in front of the goalie. Went up into the glass behind the goalie, allows the Cougars to pick it up. They're going to skate out across the middle, and now they're out of the zone. They're just looking to go fast. That's what they do. 41, no surprise there. Nice save by Rosine, blocker save, kick save. 41 has it again though. She'll take another quick shot, and that one, boy, hits the stick of Rosine. And just kind of, Rosine maybe not having a great grip on the stick there. Just kind of hit the stick and then went through anyway. Steele just not having an answer for number 41 from the Cougars. I think she has 4 or 5 of their 8 goals today. Draw goes to the Cougars. Cougars trying to figure out what they want to do with it. Steele looking to intercept. Hanneran is right there. Back check, pushing him into the boards. Cougars just dumped down. Right there in the corner. A little bit dangerous. Get it out of there, girls. Oh my goodness. Centering pass by Steele ends up on the tape of the Cougars. Thankfully, they weren't able to do anything with it. Bodies down there. People didn't know where the puck was. Now we're out. So Steele, potential 2-on-1. Ooh, nice back check by the Cougars. Saving a 2-on-1 break. Shot, a dump and chase shot ends up finding the, and now we get a whistle. Oh my. Interesting. So some very delayed offsides calls. Puck goes in, hits the net, gets played by an attacker and defender, and then they call the offsides a good 10 seconds later. Draw goes to the Steele. Steele tried to push in. Cougars right there to kick it right back out. Steele looking. There we go. We're in. It's scoring. She might have a chance here. Quick shot. Drop save. Kick save by the goalie. Gets kicked to the far boards. In the corner. There we go. Held at the point. That's Hines. Hines dumps it right back down. We're on the far side again. That far corner. Looking, trying to take a quick shot. Hines thinks, trying, can't quite make something happen. And so no D there, a hold at the point. Battling for it right here in front of us. That's Hanneran is right there. Stambaugh is right there. Hines is there. Van Allsburg kicks it out of the zone. That's going to go all the way down. No icing. We're going to be able to get there in time. But so did the Cougars. They're going to chip it off the half wall themselves. Oh no, caught on a really bad line change, unfortunately. Good save by Rosine. They get it right back though. Initial save made by Rosine. Deflection goes right back to the tape of the Cougars though. And they catch Rosine down on the ice, and they go up top, and they put another one on the board. Spandy on the draw. Spandy makes connection, fires that, but it's going to allow the Ice Cougars to come up with possession. Steele contesting. Nobody there to hold at the point though, unfortunately. Got caught a little out of position. Steele's out. Spandy tries to kick it down. She's just battling. Cougars come up with it. They're out of the zone. Steele getting caught a little flat-footed. We got a incidental contact fall. Probably could have been a call. 5 minutes left in the third. Score 9-2. Probably not going to call that one though. Cougars pushing, trying to find a lane. Johnson gets in the way though, takes it off their tape, so no shot attempt made. Kirkland looks, centers, finds Noldner. Noldner looks up. Spandy chases. Spandy is there. She's behind the net. Got her tape. Tries a little backhand centering attempt. Just goes a little bit wide though, so doesn't find anybody. Johnson, Crosby on the SD, back pedal. They're going to slow him down at least. They get by one. Cougars kind of get upended again. They get pushed off to the corner. Puck sails to the corner. Now it's getting pushed out by Steele. Noldner finds Hines. Hines there. Redas follows, picks it up. Is she going to get a shot off? We'll see. Does. Puck pops up over the goalie's shoulder. If we had somebody there, it would have been an easy tap in. So getting some shots. Doing some good contesting. Down by 7, 4 minutes left. Still like to see that the girls are playing hard. Really battling. Steele gets turned around, saved by Cece though. Rosine makes a save, pushes out to the middle. Steele gets tape on it, kicks it out to center ice, forces the Cougars to retreat. They find it, way offsides though. Now they're out. They're in again, 41, here we go. She gets a shot off, Rosine gets caught. It's at the back wall. Steele, pick it up. Now we're battling down in that near corner. Cougars come up with it, centering attempt, finds 41. 41 takes a quick shot, doesn't make it through. Savannah Hines kicks it out to the corner. Centering attempt again, doesn't make it through. Dorans has it, skating around. Not sure, there she goes. It gets pulled off her tape by the Cougars. Contesting, Cougars still have it. It's 41. Just skating in circles. 2:47 left. Puck ends up all the way through. Ends up, Cougars manage to hold. Cougars have it at center ice. A little over 2 minutes left. Far side, kind of a scrum. Makes it through the feed of Van Allsburg. She can't find it. Ends up getting kicked back up. But here we go. 41 somehow manages to come up with that puck. Now she's pushing down. Hines giving her the business. Takes a quick shot. Manages to get on net. Kick to the far left though by Rosine. Steele comes up with it. They're going to choose to cycle all the way back behind their own goalie. Get a good head of steam. Here we go. Gets by 1, gets by 2, loses the puck though, so the Cougars pick it up and they're just going to dump and chase. 1:45 left. Outlet attempt, nice. Just off the tape though, so nothing becomes of it. Steele opt to dump it down. Cougars pick it up. Cougars have it. Izzy, Kirkland, nice job, contests. So again, even with the score what it is, the girls haven't given up. They're still out here battling and fighting. We've got a hand up. There we go. So we're going to get our first penalty call of the game. So they're taking delayed offsides to a whole nother level. My goodness. Spandy on the draw. Draw goes to the Cougars. Cougars have it. They fire up the wall. 38 seconds left. We're going to get a whistle here. Icing. We clearly have hit the running time. I wonder if that's 6 goal differential, because they're not stopping the clock. 20 seconds left. We'll barely get the drop here. Spandy on the draw. Goes to Steele. Steele has it. Gets kicked out by the Cougars, and we can't hold, so that's just outside the line. Cougars pick it up. 3 seconds left. No shot attempts going to happen on this one. That's it. That's the game. So Cougars take the steal 9-2. tough loss in their first one, but some good signs, some good things, signs of development, and girls seem in good spirits. They kept playing hard the whole time. So, good things. We will see you back here tomorrow morning.